I'd like to call the Lakeville Historical Commission to order. It is December 1, 2020. Nancy, do you want to read the proclamation of the governor?
Yes. In accordance with the governor's order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, general law C30A and 20, relating to the 2020 novel coronavirus emergency, the December 1st, 2020 public meeting of the Lakeville Historical Commission shall be physically closed to the public to avoid group congregation. However, to view this meeting in progress, please go to facebook.com/LakeCAM. You do not need a Facebook account to view the meeting. This meeting will be recorded and available to viewed at a later date at http://www.lakecams.tv/.
Okay. Is anybody recording the meeting besides LakeCAM?
No.
Okay. Thank you. Do you want to do roll call?
Yes. Attendance. Brian Reynolds.
Present.
Joan Morton is absent due to the death of her mother. Jerry Taylor.
Here.
Delia Murphy.
Present.
Nancy Lefebvre, present.
Okay, do you want to move on to the agenda?
Yes, secretary's report.
Oh,
there a
okay. Go ahead.
Motion to waive the reading of the,
So moved.
Okay. All in favor? Brian, yes.
Jerry Taylor,
yes.
Delia
Yeah.
Murphy,
Yes.
myself, yes.
Okay,
And
you want to read it?
This was for acceptance.
Well, okay. Motion is accepted.
So it'll be the treasurer's report.
Treasurer's report. The historic townhouse account remains with $650. The electric bill was not paid by COVID. It was actually paid by the town budget because the townhouse was used for town business at the election. Okay. And encumbered was $2,350 to repair the chimney of the townhouse. The Historical Commission remains at $500. The Lakeville Educational Scholarship has a non-expendable amount of $3,000. And with $4.92 for July, August, September, and October interest, our expendable amount is $697.89.
I move
Okay,
that-
motion to, okay,
I move that we accept the secretary's report as presented.
okay.
I mean, a second.
Can I second it?
Yep.
Second.
Okay, roll call vote. Brian Reynolds,
Present, aye.
Jerry Taylor,
Aye.
Delia Murphy,
Aye.
Nancy Lefebvre, aye. Correspondence is next.
Okay, do we have any correspondence?
We had a meeting with the Board of Selectmen on the 19th of October to discuss the 150th anniversary and Veterans Day. That's the only correspondence that I have.
Okay, moving on. What's the next item?
Next item would be the historic townhouse update.
Yep. You want to do that?
Yeah, the only thing is that voting did take place for the presidential election. But it was not, it was the early voting that took place at the townhouse.
Was everything acceptable to the people that were working there and participating?
As far as I know, yes, there were no,
Okay, so there weren't any real problems that they
I think
brought
access
up.
was really good with the ramp and
And it was
again,
cle-
that we were lucky to have Ruth Gross's architectural quilts and the Darlings girls wall hangings there. So it really was very colorful. And Ted Delarocco did a great job of cleaning the building prior to the usage, and the highway department did a great job of the grounds before. And they took care of, they topped the American holly tree that was interfering with the electrical wires. So that's been taken care of. So we can trim it a little bit so it's more shapely as it begins to grow. Because once you prune something, it always grows back. So we're just gonna have to keep it so that it's below the wires so it doesn't have an effect on the electricity. So everything was good.
That's good, thank you. Moving on, what's our next item?
Item is this one that we have, lost my paper. Okay, so the next item was Veterans Day. To discuss the review of Veterans Day.
Well, everything seemed to go pretty well to me. I counted, I think, 33 people altogether. And for us, with everybody wearing masks and social distancing, it seemed to go pretty well. Anybody else got any of?
I think one of the things that people were pleased with was the fact that we were in one site.
Yes, I heard a lot of comments like that.
That they liked the fact that we were in one place instead of how we move around. So that's maybe something to consider as the year we get closer to Memorial Day and Veterans Day, whether or not we're going to start at the fire station for Memorial Day and come up to the center. And whether or not next Veterans Day, if we're going to start at the school and come over, or just be in one place. But this year, I think everybody was very careful.
Yes, everything seemed to go quite smoothly. Next item.
175th Anniversary Committee. We have no activity at this point in time, but we are looking for other people that would be interested in serving.
And the selectmen appointed the members of the Historical Commission to the 175th Anniversary Committee. And so things are proceeding along.
Right.
Anybody have any comments?
No.
At one of our events, Corey Dowling and one other person, Dave Thomas, and I think Felicia Carter too, voiced an opinion of desire to join the 175th committee. So if we can contact them.
I'll send them emails and see if they're interested in coming on board to start. The other thing is we need to do some brainstorming at some point in time so that if you're thinking about things that you liked about the 150th, that we should try again, or something different that we should be involved in, then we start making a list as they come to you so that we can bring them all together at some point.
I already gave you my list, Nancy.
I know, I have a list. I have a list. Everybody has, but and sometimes you think of stuff and you forget to.
Right. So remember
that
to
would help.
add to it.
Did we, in the past, have we talked about doing the area of Highland Road as an area of interest and maybe a walk or,
I think in the 150th, we did Pierce Avenue, we did the Dartmouth Path, we did Salute to Those Who Serve, which was a concert and focused on the veterans and the different conflicts that the country and we as Lakeville sent soldiers to and had nurses at. And then we did Old Main Street
And Crooked Lane.
and Pierce Ave.
yeah, that
So-
sounds pretty much what we did, yes.
We didn't get to Highland Road. And I think that should be the first one we try to do in a couple of years, when we're getting closer to, we started to build momentum by doing some activities and doing the historic areas of the town. So I think that would be good. Plus, if anybody else has a suggestion of some place or space that they think needs to be covered, we should do that too.
That's a very good idea, yes. Anything else?
With all those ideas that you guys been jotting down, would it be possible to email them to each other to see what they are, and then if we could add on to them?
I think that would be a good idea. Plus, the
Okay.
idea
Just to
would
see
also
what
be
we're
that
thinking about?
we'd want to do a meeting sometime maybe after the first of the year, this coming year, 21, so that we could all get together
Yep,
and start just thinking about the things that we kind of make a tentative list of things that we would like to see done. And there can always be add-ons. I know someone has already mentioned if we're going to do another honorary mayor of Lakeville. And
That was a big
parade.
fundraiser.
that was awesome, yes.
Yeah.
sort of those kind of focus events that we did.
Okay, moving on to the next item.
Next item is demolition. There are none at this point. And we do not have any gifts. We do have a list. The next thing is the meeting places for 2021. And this is a pending tentative list that I'm emailed to you, listing the third Wednesday of the month.
Yes.
Issue is sometimes around April, we have April vacation, and I believe I put the 21st of April, which I think is in the middle of April vacation.
Okay,
So that one we might want to switch to the 14th. We've done that before. We've moved it up to the second Wednesday. But it would also depend on whether or not we're still doing remote at that point, or whether or not, so that we can get into the schedule of thing. So the only thing that I changed on that was that I said, like, Monday, May 30th, 2021 is Memorial Day. Archaeology Month is October. The Arts and Music Festival, I believe, is Saturday, October 2nd. And the Veterans Day would be Thursday, November 11th. And in the comment area, I just stated in the past that we had done the certain places that we had visited in that observance. So in case we want to change any of that. So it would be
Okay.
January 20th, February 17th, March 17th, April 21st, May 19th, June 16th, July 21st, August 18th, September 15th, October 20th, November 17th, Thanksgiving that year is the 25th, and December 15th, which we don't always meet in December. So I would like to have a motion to accept this as a tentative list of
So
dates.
moved.
and a second.
So I say-
Somebody second it?
I'll second it.
Okay. Any discussion? Okay, roll call vote. You want to do that?
Brian Reynolds,
A.
Jerry Taylor,
Aye.
Delia Murphy,
Aye.
Nancy LaFave, aye. So that
Okay.
motion passed.
Motion carries unanimous.
Okay. The other thing that we need to talk about at some point when we actually have real meetings, I mean, not real meetings, but in-person meetings, is where we're going to meet. And whether or not we currently meet at the library on the third Wednesday. But there's a possibility that we might be able to meet at the historic townhouse now that we have water. I mean, we have heat.
Have
and air
heat.
conditioning. So we don't have water. There is a well there underneath that pavement. So that's something that we want to kind of think about before we come back in January to meet.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
The only other thing I have on the agenda, Brian, is that I need permission to purchase the wreaths for the townhouse. And I have to apologize again that I missed the deadline. I wasn't aware that the ordering was done through the Facebook apps for Aponequid Boosters, which we've always supported. And I was not able to get any wreaths from them this year. So another year we'll do it through them again. But I would entertain a motion that would allow me to purchase wreaths for the historic townhouse at 7 small and 1 large.
Okay. That's a motion. Somebody second it?
I'll second.
Okay.
Roll call vote.
Discussion? Any discussion? You want to do the roll call?
Brian Reynolds,
A.
Jerry Taylor,
Aye.
Delia Murphy,
Aye.
and I'm going to abstain because it's about me buying something. So I will abstain. Okay. Well, that's all I have on the agenda for today, Brian.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything they want to bring up?
Any updates on the Elliott farm?
Yes, we did go to the Elliott's farm and do a record of virtual record. So we did photographs and measurements. And we might have somebody who's actually interested in the history of Lakeville and who grew up in Lakeville. So we have a possible link for some future programming and stuff like that.
Awesome.
That's good.
Well, that's good.
So we believe it was a Clark barn, Brian, is what you're saying. It was a Clark barn that was moved from Bedford. The Clark farm was on Bedford Street, sort of diagonally across from where Savis's is. And the Gambrel house, which is now Rogers House on Main Street, and the barn went to Wilkie's property. And the Wilkie house was a wedding gift from Mr. Wilkie's father.
Well,
Which is now Elliott.
well,
Yep.
the house was a wedding gift from Roy Wilkie to his son Wallace Wilkie, and at his wedding. What was the wife's name? Oh, can't come up with it. But it was a wedding gift to the couple, and
So
they moved the barn.
we have that on good authority from Merrill Norton, who used to be building inspector, a long time resident of that area, the intersection and everything.
Okay. Any other business? Motion
You
to
need
adjourn.
any help with that, please let me know.
Say it again.
Brian, and any help needed with the Elliott farm, look up paperwork or looking up some history, just please let me know. I'd be more than willing to help out with that.
Okay, great. Thank you, Delia.
Okay, good. Thank you. Yep.
Yep.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
So moved.
Okay, any discussion? You want to take the roll call?
Yes, 49. Brian Reynolds,
Aye.
Jerry Taylor,
Aye.
Delia Murphy,
Aye.
Nancy LaFave, aye. Our next meeting is January 20th. maybe in person.
Yay.
It
Hey,
might be, it's so much easier. It's nice to talk to people
uh,
face, you know?
yeah.